Oh, all
And
right.
so I shot her, right? And then
Yeah, I was gonna say about where you want me to put the body, but oh shit, we streaming.
All right, we live everywhere now, man. Peace and welcome to Grayskull. This is our first show of 2022. This is our live
23.
Oh,
2023, man.
scratch that.
Mhm.
It's our 2022 lessons learned. What we learned last year as Grayskull as a crew. We decided to come on tonight and have share our lessons with one another and figure we sharing with the world as well. Yo, Kareem, I know you're real good at doing the little bumper talk about the subscribes and all that stuff. You wanna hit them with one of those?
Yo, what's up, party people? Thank y'all for joining in. This is the GRYSKLL crew. Ask that you follow us on YouTube, join the conversation, leave a comment, hit like, hit that bell, get those notifications, and be a part of the community.
That's what's up, man. Well, we already said all our Happy New Year's amongst the crew, so I guess there's no need to do all the formalities and all that. But I know Mid and Sheed. I thought Sheed it was Sheed's idea, but she said it was Mid's idea to do this. I want to see what kind of thoughts and ideas you had, man. You wanna give us some ideas to what kind of thoughts you had for the show? You think you want to kick it off, bro?
I just told you what my idea, man. I mean, I think like one of the things, and I know we kind of started to implement some of that already, but like when we were just trying to put the full episodes out, you know, they were a little difficult to tackle simply because they were hours long, right? So I know you started to kind of break those up into more bite-sized chunks, which I think makes sense. Like one of the things that I do enjoy about going back and watching though is the fact, like, you know, regardless of where we start, we always get to something that matters. You know, and it's always, I hate to say real, but you know, there's always a level of respect in it, even when they get a bit is contentious too strong of a word. But you know, so I think, you know, the big thing for me, if I had to say a thing or two, would be, you know, just making sure we're giving ourselves an opportunity to do more bite-sized pieces of the show, and then just sticking with kind of what got us here, you know, just being who we are. You know, some nights we feel it, other nights we don't, but trying to manufacture some shit that we ain't really about. I don't think that's the way to go. So
Yeah.
What? So are we saying what we learned like just in general, or is it's got to be crew related?
I think all of that, because they probably intertwine at some point. You know what I'm saying? There's probably an intersection.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like I could say, oh, that's, but I just said it's relevant in my house as well. You know what I mean?
What, you know what?
Take me in bite-sized portions. She can't stand me for hours at a time. You know, it's all relevant. So
man, I know for me, one thing that I learned, I learned gradually throughout the year, and it hit me is that even though I found y'all on the internet, I don't like, I don't feel connected to these things. I feel like I do them because you like people say they go to church because that's where the people at. I do it because that's where the people are, and I want to be with the people. But I've learned that there are many people out here that really thrive from the way they can socialize on the internet. I'm not gonna mention the actual person, but she basically told me that she was saying that her interactions with people on Twitter really brightened her day, and I could tell that that was being sincere. And you know, and it just, I don't know. For me, it struck a nerve, like how powerful the tool is that we're using, and how just even how much more important it is to watch how you deal with people, because you just never know. Like, because to me, I don't take, you know, I don't read the stuff I don't read a line and I don't know who typed it. I don't take it for nothing. But somebody else takes that stuff, man, they take it to heart, and they looking for that every day. And I just realized, like, I need to just be more mindful of that. And that's one thing that just popped in my head when she was talking. I don't know why, but that's what, yeah.
That's real.
Yeah. Shoot, I learned that working together, us working, like I learned that, yeah, I mean, I guess I knew it, but actually seeing it, like how us working these songs, man, it's real easy. It's like when we work together, it's real easy. And I see each song getting better. And so practice does make perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting you bring that up. I was actually watching. I was watching this. I was reading this research thing about that, and these are tools that we're using, right, to actually do something productive and do something creative. The research thing I read was about how a lot of these tools can actually imbalance your emotions. Like, say, when you're scrolling nonstop through some BS, and something's positive, something's negative, something pisses you off, something makes you happy, like you're creating a total imbalance in your emotions and disrupting that center. So to be able to moderate that yourself and to be able to use these tools in a way that keeps you on point and productive is the key.
Support.
It's a challenge within itself too, man. I'm sure for everybody's got to learn how to do that individually on their own if they do engage with those things, I'm sure.
I get from all of them. Like I have a Twitter account now. Like all my other accounts gone. I don't miss them. I mean, I don't use Twitter that much, but what I do, I go on like a tweet spree. I do like 16 at a time, and then I'm out for like 2 weeks.
Deshaun in the building.
That was a big side. What's going on, D?
What's going on, y'all? Peace. Peace. How y'all feeling? What's going on?
What's up, brother?
Good to see you. How you feeling? Good to see you too, Kareem. How you feeling?
Another day in paradise, man.
Oh, I can tell by the backdrop, man.
Yo, yeah. I ate good.
I'm trying to figure out how to put a still picture back there, but I'll figure it out.
I looked up. I hit the little. It's like if you hit the camera or something. I hit something and then it came up. It's like, you want to add a photo, and I was like, oh, I could do that. And I just went through. I don't have many photos on it. This is the new phone, so that was something I took. I was pricing stuff, and I didn't want to write it down, so I was pricing them booyah and cubes. Yeah. That's the story of that picture, man.
Did you buy them?
No. We I'm trying to figure out some barbecue. Was thinking about how to do the rice, so I don't know. I was trying to come up with a different flavor for the rice, man, and trying to figure out what could work. So I didn't get them though.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever made the Spanish rice with tomato paste?
Yeah, I don't did.
Yeah, that's very good.
Real, yeah. Put
that's
tomato.
Good.
See, tomatoes are gonna be a theme tonight, huh?
Oh, really?
Tomatoes,
What's going on with tomatoes, man?
You name it.
Yeah, let me get this charging.
Yeah, with the social media thing too, I'm looking forward to the day when I can unplug and leave it alone too. Like I've definitely come to the point where I understand, and it's just a tool now, and it's one that unfortunately for the things that I have goals on, I have to use it more and more, or I have to go find something else that I want to do. So that's a hard one for me, is the number of hours I got to spend on it. So I'm finding ways to manage that time and meter that time more. But and I'm also cutting them. Like I'm done with TikTok. I'm not putting any time in, really investing any time there. I'm having to pick and choose what platforms and how much time I'm going to invest in each of them. But I'm looking for somebody that can actually do that part for us, or for me, so I can do the other things. And I feel like I'm better suited for it, that I can probably excel at better and actually make some bread at, and just get back to enjoying doing stuff. Man. I want to get back to just making music for the sake of making music, and not having to worry about all the other steps and all the other pieces, because worrying about all the other pieces, that's I guess that would be one of our lessons learned, is that I just don't enjoy all the other pieces of the game or of the process. Like I know what I want as an end goal, so I'm doing it because I got to, but it's not something I do passionately or with joy.
Whoa, wait a minute. Which room did I step into? What you mean? I mean, Q's name is Media Pimp. What the hell?
You know, actually, I never asked him how that works, but he was never a social media dude.
Nah, man, that's his troll name.
Nah,
Much time going after their own product either.
it was my first solo business, but what I did for that business was graphic design, web design, motion design, so video stuff, photography. You know, I did a lot of shit in different forms of media.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Okay. Yeah.
This actually
class
before social media even existed outside of AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah. I was just about to say that multimedia. I think the class was called multimedia, or something like that. But you learned a big group of what was possible. Yeah,
that's what I did in profession for 24 years. But Media Pimp was my first company name, solo company name.
Okay.
Media Pimp Studios, which is now reborn.
Pimping been pimping since pimping been pimping. Hey, I heard you. I hear that. Okay. So we doing the our recollection of 22?
Yeah, lessons learned. I guess any other topics about 2022? If there's anything else notable that anybody wants to hit from 2022, maybe add that on, keep it interesting. Is it anything you learned, babe? Like you about to say something?
Oh shoot, man. Let's see. Some of the things I learned 2022. Well, 3 of them came from Kareem. So it was, the first one was, them niggas ain't gonna support you, man. Then it was, you can't trust her just because she had your baby. And the last one was, you know, they'll sew your eyelids open and force you to watch. All these I learned from Kareem. It's some serious shit.
You wild, man.
But you know, we was listening to my gal been playing the mixtape like more than she actually played any of my shit. Like,
I mean, it's still your shit.
Yeah, like half of it is yours.
Right.
I mean, but she's listening to it in completion, like from beginning to end. And SoundCloud, it comes
She
right
got
on.
no choice.
It comes, yeah, but she's still not fast forwarding just to my part. Is what I'm saying.
Well, that's
but
dope.
then she said, Kareem said something about a sock. What do you? It was in Monster. You said something about a sock, but then she went off into this whole thing about. Right. She went off into this whole tangent about when she was in high school. They did a sock puppet that turned into a big old float, and the mystery of the missing sock. You know what I'm saying? But those are the things that you're talking about with Kareem. He hitting like the pinging of like familiar shit.
Oh, shit
You know
out
what
of
I'm
here,
saying? Right. I was like, wow, look at you.
You
You
wild,
done
man.
passed that blunt.
It's
That's
true,
real
though.
shit.
It's true though.
You say some
Relatable
wild-
rhymes.
You had your baby.
Think about it. Every song that I've written to so far, except for maybe 2, was because of Kareem.
Yep.
Like he
wild.
said some shit, and
Remove.
I was like, God damn it. I had to go.
That's funny to me. Y'all like those, man. I got an idea for a song then. Cause I got an idea. I got a good idea, man. Cause I say, like, man, yeah. That's what the people want. I'm gonna give people what they want.
I got one for you, Kareem.
What's up, man?
I threw the idea real quick in the Trello. Bulletproof messengers.
Bulletproof
Play
messenger.
off of Don't Shoot the Messenger.
Mhm.
Bulletproof
Mm.
messengers.
Sure.
Ooh.
But we streaming
Yeah.
right now. We're live right now. We
I
can't.
know, that's it.
Oh.
That's it. I ain't saying nothing else. I'm gonna let y'all run with it.
Oh man, that's a great. I like that.
See, Kareem got verses already. We ain't even got a beat yet.
Like that's a that's
And I'm just waiting on the sideline. Like, put me in, coach.
Kareem, dude, I just found another fresh acapella from you the other day. Kareem, you sent me an acapella I haven't used yet. I just realized, man, the UFOs joint.
Stop playing.
Mm.
Yeah, I just found it the
Man.
other day. So you might have to make a contest for that and see who can make the dopest beat for it or something, man.
Man, I want to do a video for that now. Ooh, aliens? What I'm talking about UFOs?
Yeah.
Mm.
You sent it to me early last year, so I just stumbled across it, man. I'm cleaning up and organizing my computer. I'm like, damn, how did this slip through the cracks? I think you gave it to me to send to somebody. I think I sent it to somebody I'm not going to name right now because I think he I'm just not going to name him.
Okay.
But yeah,
But I don't know. Is
But
it
you know who you are.
Would you send it to Voldemort?
or who you not based on what never mind.
Right.
Yo, I hope it's before I learned. I hope I learned you know, I was sending the vocals with the reverb and stuff on it. I hope
After that,
you know it's a clean one.
yeah, it's dry. It's a dry joint.
Okay, good.
You sent it after bleeding out, and I think you learned that before the bleed, right before we bleeding out. I think you picked that up.
Yeah, I make sure it's dry every time now when I send it.
What I learned, speaking on bleeding out, is all those mixes are fucking garbage. And I've been doing
Nah, it's not garbage, but they have gotten better each time. Like to me, I love American Cursive, yo. Like in the headphones, I think I've said that a couple times. It's like in the headphones, that shit is crazy.
Wait till you hear the new mix.
Huh?
Say wait till you hear the new mix.
Okay. Support.
You got a new mix for American Cursive?
I'm working on a new mix for each one of them. Each one that I mixed originally. Dial tone, American Cursive, bleeding out, whatever the fuck else. Yeah.
I've heard that true engineers are never satisfied or never happy with their mixes, so they always going back and tweaking and messing with the mixes.
Well, honestly, I've been trying to come up with a formula to do things in a certain time frame and get a specific sound while I'm doing it. So I'm creating templates and all kinds of shit now. So, but I'm
mixes alone,
finding.
man.
Nah, yo, nope.
That's how he's gonna get shot.
Right. What made you remix it?
Because they fucking sound horrible.
Who told you that?
But also I got into this thing where I was like, let me see how long it takes me to do this from scratch again. And so I've been refining it and making that, like condensing that time a bit more each time. And getting like I've worked towards a specific sound that I really wanted, because I was never satisfied with the set. Like I knew what I wanted to get, but I never got to it. And finally I've gotten to it. Like I hear exactly what it was that I wanted. And I can do that now. So I'm just trying to get that time really condensed so I can just do some shit, boom, knock it out, you know. It's an obsession. Like I'm about to start charging motherfuckers for this shit. Now I'm not the crew. I'm just saying, like, I'm actually like, that's why I started Media Pimp Studios up again. It's because like I've
been I started charging already.
Yeah, I mean, I've been
Might as
doing
well start now.
The graphic design shit like on the side and the whole nine, like just trying to bring in some bread or whatever. And so everything for me is like, all right, let me knock out this shit real quick so I can move on to this shit. And so I'm just trying to keep all of my,
Get together.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Knock it out. Because I can't be asking for the prices that I'm asking for if I'm taking forever. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, you can.
I mean,
Yeah.
I had I had a bit of a reputation from the 24 years of doing the things that I was doing. So I got to make sure that I kind of stay on top of one, the quality that I was given, but also
cat ass, man.
But also I want to be able to get that shit out of my face so I can move on to the next thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. That's dope.
And I'm not cheap. I don't come cheap. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Ooh, that sparks the bar.
Come on now.
What you did to that cat, man?
Oh man, where the cat at? Show the cat. I'll need proof of life.
KKK in the house. You gotta be careful with
By
them
the time I
cats.
see Q and Beard ears starting to poke up and shit.
Man,
Right.
that carcass on the way.
Very much.
Gotta be careful with KKK in the house, show.
Oh, okay. Big boy.
That cat clearly ain't scared of y'all.
Matter of fact, we're not recruiting for the KKK anymore. We're recruiting for the puppy punters, the away team.
PPs.
That's why Zen doesn't show up on camera anymore. He's like, I'm not. Well, D, you got the lessons learned from last year? Anything that stands out as something that you learned last year that's notable?
Yeah, I didn't learn a damn thing.
Doing the same thing over and over again.
Nah. More weed. Nah, I didn't learn. No, I learned a lot.
Oh, everything.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I really can't wait, man. I want you to, man. I can't wait, man.
What?
I'm ready to put one.
I'm gonna make the trip.
Get a good session, man.
Yes, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I learned not to work so much, man. I gotta slow down with working. But so I'm planning on slowing down working. Like for instance, I mean, I work from 6 p.m. to now to 5 o'clock to 6 today, all day yesterday. But then my son called me. He was like, "Oh, you want to do something?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm about to go to work." And like, "All right, we're gonna hang out Friday." But I think working so much toward their direction, like the typical stuff you hear about, working to put them in and making their entity and all this other stuff. You hear how valuable you are, how valuable I am at work. Oh, well, so valuable that you don't take a day off. You kind of brainwashed a little bit. So I think I shook that off a little bit.
Word.
A lot where, I'm able, man, most of the time I would lose probably like 2 weeks worth of vacation. You get a vacation, then you get a sabbatical. That's a week. That's like 3 weeks. So what they'll do, they'll roll it over. Exactly. They'll roll it over, Kareem, but then roll it under the table. Just let me know when you're going to take a day off. When is that going to come? So I'm learning to pace myself with that work. This work, I love this work. You know what I'm saying? This is more than, this is not just work. It's not a hobby. The more and more singles that we were dropping, the more that we were generating, having more guests. I mean, we had Making Facts on the show. All that stuff let me know that it's legitimate. You know what I'm saying? Going in the right, meeting all these MCs and people. I think I came in on the end of you talking about, communicating with people in the comments. I know I might not read the comments, but most of the time I do read the comments because, you know, but responding to the comments and the act, speaking honestly, not being afraid to be like, oh, what's this and that, the other. So I did a comment yesterday, not the support the local weed man. He called me real quick. He was like, man, I'm about to send you a post. I commented on it, but see what you can do. Just watch the post, see what you can say. Man, it'll be a great way to promote the brand or something like that. So I was like, all right, I'll take a look at it. And then I looked at his comment. The dude was saying, like, if you got something going, you got anything you want to do, let me know. You know what I'm saying? And support your local weed man. Just put, yeah, get at me at support your local weed man. So I was like, all right, that's his swing. But mostly everybody had that type of comment. They was just like, you know, dudes like, man, if you got anything going, man, I want to bless somebody today. Could be total bullshit, right? You saw it, right?
It was dope.
Right?
Your comment, you killed.
That's what I mean, Shaw. It was like, because I haven't been posting this past week, going back and forth. You know, my son talking about moving out with old girl and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't been posting, but when he called me to make a post, I said, wow. I thought about it for a second. I'm like, wow, okay, let me see what it's gonna be. So I read it. I put this whole thing in. I don't know what the fuck I said. I stole it from his website, actually. You know, support your local weed. Support your local weed, man. I said, I'm a spokesperson. And then I said, I can't play myself, though, because I think playing myself would be to do exactly what he called me to do, promote local weed, man, right? So, but at the end, I said, and the message behind the music is that GRYSKLL.
Yep.
And he was just like, it was a long ass motherfucker like this. Man, I got 5 followers. This female, she done went through all my whole page and shit. You know what I'm saying? She done liked all these comments. Motherfuckers liking the reels, but it generated like at least 30 things. Ping, ping, ping. Dude called me back. Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. We gonna make it. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then after I spoke to him, he's feeling, man, that's exactly why God put us together and all this other stuff. I said, you know what, man, I see this show. We talking about filming for the local weed man podcast. We gonna film all this shit in one day and shit, right? So then he let me know the cat out the bag. He's like, man, I said, man, bro, shit, I can see this shit on Netflix and shit. He's like, no. He said the documentary going for Netflix. I'm shooting a podcast to Revolt. I said, oh man. He's like, man, bro, that's what I've been wanting to tell you and shit, man. But man, that comment, that's exactly why you on the team. So rewind all of that into working for the man and then just working for the brand. I think I like working for the brand more so than the man. That's what I learned from 22. Fuck them motherfuckers, man.
And you excellent at it too, man. They'll burn you out, man. They will use you up and they will throw you away like it's nothing, man. After you invest all them years and hours in it, I learned that lesson the hard way, man.
Yeah,
hours into being a good employee if you want. At the end of the day, when they're done with you, and you ain't got shit to show for it but some paychecks and some material items. But if you build a legacy and build something that really stands for you, it can make a big difference. And you can definitely make a lot more, especially with your skill set, D. Your networking skills and your social networking skills are, they're definitely worth gold, to be honest. You can make a grip. You focus some energy on just doing that. I mean, you can get people to charge people for shit like that, for doing posts.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just about to say that. What Q said, like charging people, like is more than just, you know, being that, you know, being a good engineer or being a good rapper. You know, Anada Kensho been telling me all year, like, man, you need to charge motherfuckers for, you know what I'm saying, for bars and all that stuff and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't gonna charge that shit.
I decided this year I am, man. Like, if I don't, it's not like in my, if I'm not like, I don't want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's, yeah, man, nothing crazy, but yeah, man, some got to be some exchange, because that's only right, man. You're worth it. You're definitely worth it, man. I feel
I mean, you adding value to somebody else's song. You bringing something serious to somebody else's song. You're not just some slouch that's just coming and spitting some little rinky-dink bar. You guys are elevating the quality of a song anytime y'all jump on something, man. So I can see that now, especially because I see how people treat it the other way. People don't appreciate and don't respect free. That's the biggest lesson I think I learned from last year is that people don't respect free. You give them shit, there's no value. It's worth what you charge. But if you tell people that, yo, you can have this, but you're gonna have to give something up for it, then they think twice about it. And they think twice about stepping to you and taking it for granted too. Because I see people take your free shit for granted all the time. And I'm done being taken for granted for sure. So that's definitely one of my lessons learned from 2022. I'm investing my energy in me, and anybody that wants to roll with me, you can roll with me, but I'm not gonna be going around trying to solicit helping people anymore. That's done. Those days are done.
Like and Pitchfork, like that's how I feel too about like I think about all them I hope y'all watching all them verses that's sitting in y'all computers or nothing. Like you know what I'm saying? Them verses is expensive, yo. Them verses I gave y'all is expensive. Man, release them songs, man. Put them songs out. Put them songs. If my voice in your computer and you don't put the song out, just erase my voice. Just delete it. Don't keep it. Don't keep my verse, yo.
I got a bunch of beats like that too.
Live, yo.
I got beats, I got concepts, I got ideas, I got people who run around with names that I gave them, all that stuff. I ain't got nothing from any of that. People that don't support what we do and don't show any appreciation for what we do. Don't try and tag on. So I'm done giving any of that away, man. It's for the crew and that's it. And yeah, all those lessons learned. But I don't complain and I'm not upset about doing any of that because it all gave me lessons and I learned some skills. So I appreciate every one of those lessons and everybody that helped me gain those lessons. But yeah, the days of freebies and me trying to look out for people that aren't looking out for me are done, all long gone.
Yeah. Yep.
No malice intent.
Exactly. And again, dealing with the local weed man, I was like, okay, so how is this gonna work? You know what I'm saying? Like, because my pop be asking me, you know what I'm saying, you got any paperwork? What you gonna do? You just gonna do this and that? I said, nah. So I asked him, like, so how is this gonna work? Oh man, you know what? I gotta get the contract to you and all this stuff. I said, oh, contract. He said, yeah, nah, bro, we gonna handle this like this is business. Like, we gonna handle this like real business. I said, I can appreciate that. You're already there. You don't have to twist nobody's arm to do the right thing, basically. So
yeah, that's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The lessons I learned too was the value of finding people to fulfill the roles in the team instead of trying to fulfill the roles. Like if we don't have the role filled, I'm just not trying to do it anymore. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Like trying to do stuff and figure this stuff out when I'm kind of on an island trying to do it. That's stressing me out. But now just wait till we have the person to fill that role. If we don't, then we just not doing it. And that definitely works. And again, appreciate the lessons from it. But yeah, I definitely gotta spend my time and energy a little more wisely. And I won't say that it wasn't wise because again, it gave me a skill set that I wouldn't have had I not done all the things I've been doing. But
yeah,
definitely time.
You blazed the trail. Yeah. You blazed the trail. You created all these spaces. Is now it's just like those connect the dot things that I say my pops used to say. Like you got the dots already, Pitch. So you know what I'm saying. You can always build back to them. You know what I'm saying. Yep. To dial back what you have learned to go back and reapply and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't take it back. We can't take 22 back. All the bullshit or whatever came along with it. So it's definitely got to go to a good service or some shit. You know what I'm saying? What you were saying, Kareem, when I came in about using, the technology, like Mizzo said that when he was like, man, using Western technology to free the world, to free the people, man, it's like, man, oh man, like all that shit, like the keyboards, the MIDI players, the computers, like when he said that, I envisioned all of these little gadgets at my leisure instead of me at their leisure. When he says that, you go from the phone being this big to actually being back in your hand and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares how long I'm gonna use it, or if I'm bored, or if I don't post for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'll post. You know what I'm saying? And taking away that urgency to post is the main objective, and that's why I can deal with that too and shit. So.
That's one of the things I struggle with, and I try to get out of my head, because I think I've mentioned it before. I feel like the technology trains me. The technology teaches me what I need to do, and I hate, like, I resent it. You know, like, oh, I was like, that's how. Damn, you know, I'm working for the. I'm working for this phone, for this eye. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not, you know, I gotta actually pay it for it to really work. You know what I'm saying? I actually still gotta actually pay it for it to. That's how I feel. And I just yeah, what you were saying, yeah, man. Just, it's definitely a battle. What Demo was saying, just, you gotta keep a balance. You really have to, because it plays with you. Our senses are already warped, and you know, even our reflexes. I was thinking about with the keypad on the phone, like how it splits and then, you know, it trains your eye to look in ways that you're not normally gonna look. I was noticing that, like, this ain't natural.
No,
but
it's not natural.
You know, we gotta
natural.
Take it, you know.
Yeah, I had my TikTok spiral wormholes. You know, you go down and then I look up at the clock. It's like, all right, I just sat down on the couch at like 8 o'clock. I was gonna wind down for an hour, and then it's like 1. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What did I just do in life?
Yeah.
Now, what did I learn? I learned nothing. So
right.
recently I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna start using this, because I'm watching like other people do, you know, using it for marketing and stuff, promoting their music, their brand, their stuff, and I'm like, why am I not doing this? Why can't, if I'm going to use this service, why not use it to my advantage?
Tool.
You know, and you know what? Just to piggyback off what a couple of you guys said, especially Damon, my biggest lesson this year, I think, was listening, reopening my ears to listen to the universe. When before I moved to California, I listened a lot to the universe. I was very like in tune with it, very I had the vibrations in order and everything, and that's what kept and I was starving, so that's what pushed me to want to succeed and do my thing. I listened to the universe, I followed my instincts, I just kept going with, regardless of what anybody else told me. But then when success came with it, I started closing my ears off. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I got this now, you know, doing my thing, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden I went for like a 4-year just collision. You know, it's just a slow collision. It's like things, you know what I mean? And now this last year, when I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit back and open up and listen to the universe again. And now, like, that instantly started changing things little by little. It wasn't like overnight, but it was like, all right, let me just do that. Let me learn about crypto. I don't know anything about crypto. Let me learn about blockchain. I don't know anything about this stuff. I don't even know what Discord was. So I started doing this, and now, like, the more and more I'm just tuning back in and adjusting those frequencies. Here we are, you know, and now we're doing great things again. Now, like, every single person is, whether you know it or not, is kind of doing the same thing. That's why we're all sitting here right now. That's what brought us all together. So that's my thing. It's listen to the universe all the time, not just during the bad times when you need something, but also listen to it when you think you're good and comfortable. That's when you got to be the most aware, actually, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel that. I felt that. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Good and comfortable.
It's absolutely what got me here is listening to my soul when it was everything else in life was saying, no, you should be doing this, you should be doing this, you're doing the wrong thing, you're doing the wrong thing. But I finally found joy going this way. I definitely wouldn't have found joy by doing what I was supposed to do and what I should be doing. There's no way in hell I would have found joy doing that. That's what actually led me to my depression and my breakdown. to be honest. But saying, you know what, fuck everything, I'm doing what my heart's calling me to do, has finally found me peace for the first time in my whole entire life. I ain't had peace. 7-year-old kid, and I finally found it last year. Even in the midst of all you know, all the lessons and stuff. Last year was when peace finally came for the first time. I was like, yo, no matter what. I mean, shit. This was when the furnace was out. I had no income. My insurance got canceled. All that. That's when peace finally came. It was when money was all fucked up, but I finally had peace of mind. So it definitely doesn't come from all that material shit and all that. And I've definitely been very comfortable materially for a long time before that, and there was no peace in sight. So definitely lesson learned last year is joy does not come from doing anything but following your heart, man.
That's right. And if I want to buy some toys, I'm gonna get some toys. That's another thing I learned. Like shit, like damn.
Treat yourself.
Buy some more toys.
Treat yourself.
Right. If I want to get Donatello again and shit with the skateboard set, I'm gonna get it. Like, wouldn't do that before. Wouldn't do that shit. We haven't done that in years.
I got one last year. For real. I got a big black biscuit skateboard last year.
What? Congratulations. Congratulations, boy. Exactly. That piece of mint. Oh boy. Exactly.
Six said that's one of six sayings is don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. So anytime you say treat yourself, I hear that shit. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Y'all watch Parks and Rec?
Yeah, I used to love that show.
Yeah.
I watched the whole
show. Love that shit.
All right, love Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Well, the dude said that the difference between a genius and a hard worker, it was funny because he was like, man, talking about the genius and the hard work and the way he set it up. I won't be able to set it up the way he did, but it was funny because he was like, man, the genius does the work, does the assignment go and that's it. But the hard worker is gonna get the raise. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna work and put, go beyond the job, basically. You know how they tell you go above and beyond? A genius does just what's supposed to do, does create more time for what he wants to do and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's so crazy.
I tell you, after leaving
Ain't that right one?
back, I felt like a dumbass just looking back at it. all the hours I put in, somewhere between 10, 12, 14 hours a day at the job. And then I was running the side gig. I was running the job. I had a company I was running on the side. I had no time for myself or family, man. That shit was killing me, man. I mean, yeah, we were able to take nice vacations and do a whole bunch of fun stuff, but all them people I was doing that with back then, nowhere near now. And thankfully, in many cases, because we all had better things that we should have been doing with our lives, man. But it like, yeah, all that time spent, like if I'd invested all that time into doing this, imagine what would be now. And I wouldn't change it. Like I said, I wouldn't change it, but it's just like, damn, what if I had spent all those years doing music and playing with the arts and exploring my own creativity instead of just doing what it took to get $1 so I could have some more material shit. So big stuff.
We had this new guy, Mikey and shit. So most of the time, all the new hires are young, like fresh out of college, like 20 something and all the way up to like 25 or something like that. So most of the time, so now it's funny because, the young kids are in the break room, they laughing and shit. They in there kicking it. We got at least about a handful. I call them the youngest. I call them the kids. When the older, workers come in and shit, who are they there and they're making so much noise? So I'm like, yeah, you know how the kids are. Shit, take it easy, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to go in there to grab my sandwich. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they're just kids. So, I go in there, what up, D? You know what I'm saying? I say something funny or whatever. But so Shane, one of the other guys, He's been working there for a while, Shane. He just had a kid, married. So then he's like, man, I just had to come in to meet the new guy. You talking about Mike. For some reason, me and Mike just been connecting a little bit. You know, I had to send him a computer or whatever. He's like, man, I stay right downtown. I'm like, oh shit, da 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 da. You know, yeah, my girl. You know, just one of those type of connections. And he walked past my desk. He always just like, what up, D? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, what up, Mike? They happy when you give them a nickname. M-Easy, KP, they love this shit. I told you I'm like one of the only black dudes in there, right? So I'm noticing that the kids are the change, basically, right? Because the kids are the change. So Shane came up like, man, do you know Mike a DJ? I was like, what? This yesterday. I said, Mike a DJ. And he just happened to be coming. I said, Mike, you a DJ? Yeah, man, I DJ. Man, that's my main thing. I'm gonna do this for like 2 years, and then I'm trying to get electronic. The kids have that already. They know what I'm not gonna do this for 15, 20 years. No, sir, I'm doing this for 5. Get my equipment, and you know what I'm saying? They're totally social. Right. They got it, Kareem, already.
Houston told us this years ago, yo.
Mm-hmm.
See, it was a different era. Like, you know, I remember hearing people when I was a kid say, you know, I worked 50 years and I never took a vacation, and you know, but now that's great. That's insane. I encourage, like these, like you said, the jobs don't care about you. So whatever they give you, take it, and take it as soon as they give it to you, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Use it, man. Don't they're getting over on you anyway. No matter what they're paying you, they're getting over. So yeah, take your vacation, take that, man.
Take it, use it, bounce. You know what I'm saying? But so it's just that in between there is the gap. You know what I'm saying? Between the old and the new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my son, he's amazing to me. Like my oldest, he's like that, like he's into that, you know, he's in the stocks, and like just how mature, like it's just crazy. These kids, like it seems like more the kids I see, they either super mature now or they real bad. Like
I think a part of it though is like they're coming off of the tail of us, right? So a lot of us are the first kind of, you know, definitely no more than the second kind of generation to be thinking about anything, right? And what I see a lot is like, like my daughter hasn't had a traditional job since probably her first year out of high school, but she probably makes more money than most of her friends with degrees. You know what I'm saying? And you know, she's a hustler. She works at a doctor's office. She does hair, but most of her bread comes from DJing. And like, I know she's like, people are like, you do what? You make what, DJ? And it's like, yo, you know, but she hadn't gotten trapped in the rat race. And I also like to think, just having a discussion with the older ones, like, yo, you got to define what success is. You know, like don't let anybody else tell you what success looks like. You define what success is for you, then you just achieve that. I think that lesson in and of itself takes a lot of pressure off, right? Because you don't necessarily get sucked into thinking, I need the big house with the big yard, and like, I gotta have 2.5 kids, and you know, like all that stuff. Like, and I like even people that I hire now, I'm like, yo, them mugs will be here for a week. You know, some come along offer them 10 cents more an hour, they ghost. You know what I mean? Like the level of commitment just isn't the same. But I think in that you find your freedom, because you don't become tied down to any one particular thing. So I think it's an interesting dynamic in that regard, man.
It is. It really is. It really is.
You know, they said I read or heard last year that somebody talking about how the school systems that we have now were designed, I think, what was it, by in Germany or somewhere, somebody had written the way that the school systems are designed in order to kind of create a new form of slave labor, a slave workforce, to empower and prop these systems up, systems of government up, to make them work properly. Q probably be able to articulate that shit well if he knows about that, if he's heard something like that. But like thinking about that, like think about it. They don't teach you how to manage your finances in school. If you don't know how to manage your finances and you don't know how to get out of these financial traps and these financial ruts, you get easily blown in. How many people come out of high school and go straight into debt by getting credit cards and stuff like that? Same thing when it comes to work. If they don't teach you entrepreneurial skills and how to build your own, because that's what the public school systems. They say the public school systems are designed to make you basically very easily malleable into the new form of slave labor, the new workforce, to help keep these other people propped up and living the lavish lifestyles that we don't understand how to even achieve.
You know who put that system in place?
Wasn't it Hitler or something like
that? Based off his design, John D. Rockefeller.
Boom.
Oh,
that should tell you everything you need to know.
Wait, based off of Hitler, perfected by John D. Rockefeller, or?
Yeah, there was a few people in between that had, but John D. Rockefeller put the modern day system in place that was meant to pretty much dumb down education and create more of a labor force.
There we go.
Yeah, man, that makes so much fucking sense. Right, because of course I got the corporation. I'm gonna need these motherfuckers working.
John, that motherfucker was ruthless as far as labor.
Motherfucker.
You think about it, getting indoctrinated into one way of thinking for 12 years straight, it's almost impossible to think outside of that box. If you're well in school, then you've been perfectly trained to do what you told. You've been a perfect
But yeah, I think again, that's where the parents come in, right? Like, you know, there's our education, and then there's the real education. You know what I'm saying? And like I remember having discussions with my pop where he was like, "Oh man, you work for them? Oh man, you made it." I'm like, I hate these people. You know what I'm saying? But I also understand where he was coming from. You know what I mean? But I don't. Again, like Cayman is going to be even different than my daughter. Like, you know, you know, Cayman. I don't want to say I don't care about what he's learning, but I don't really care about what he's learning. Like, you know, I just need you to do well enough to not have me had to come to the school and explain to everybody why you're smarter than everybody else in your class. So just play by the rule. But this is the real education over here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to figure out where he's going to end up. It's stuff that I wish I knew for the older two. But he, you know, if I do my job right, he'll be Rockefeller when the time hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've got things I'm trying to get off the ground for him now that, you know, should allow him to see what it is. And then he's got ideas. So, you know, and he's 5. I mean, kid's 5, talking about, you know, wanting a game truck to take the kids' birthday parties and stuff. But that's stuff he's seeing on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? He's seeing someplace, but that's the education. You know what I mean? The school is going to tell him, oh, nah, you know, do this, do that, you know, go here, then, you know, nah, bro, that's you right. If that's what you want, we got to figure out how to get you over there.
And even now, school may nurture that.
If you get him in the right school, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But my job is to make sure, even if he doesn't get it there, he gets it. You know what I'm saying? So he'll come out speaking, in theory, 2 languages. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is what you want to hear, but teach, just know I know that this is the real. You know what I mean? So you just go ahead and teach your class. I'm gonna let you live. But if you challenge me, I'm gonna have to tell him what it is.
Yeah.
And I dare him to fail him for telling the truth.
I feel like that's part of the reason why there's such a big rise in homeschooling too. A lot of people
Yeah.
are getting hip to that, and they're realizing that they're like, yo, no, I'm not even sending my kid in there from the start. It's hard to do that homeschooling though. It ain't for the faint of
Yeah,
heart.
I got my feelings on homeschooling too. I got an opinion on everything, man. So
Oh man, that was one of my biggest gripes, boy. And they had to convince me not to do that. Like I wasn't letting anything, no baby food, all that shit. I was going to the garden, grinding up baby food, making carrots, fresh carrots, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? For a long time. Like no sweet, no candy and all that shit.
Yeah, I tried that
You
one.
know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, it only lasts so long before the real world gets, their hands on them. But
If you don't have familial support, something like that, that goes right down the trash. Dang, I was
yeah, yeah.
all those little dollar juices at the store and all that. I'm like, man, don't put these in these kids while they're at this age. But once it starts getting in them, man, that's poison.
Yeah.
that's why it's there.
Man, extreme, boy, extreme poison. Extreme poison at that age. Because after a while, I mean, like I can't be mad at the machine for making me go. Again, the genius just does so much and punches out. But the hard worker is thinking he's on automatic. You know what I'm saying? Pre-programmed. Now you move the whatever, what was it, the apple in front of the horse? You put a fucking orange there. He don't know the difference. Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And now you're just off and running, and that's okay, boom, got you now. The free will, your free will becomes their choice. Damn.
Yeah.
There's a difference between schooling and education.
Absolutely. Yeah, I used to ask people all the time, what oh man, what was it? Would you yes, big guy.
What up, Mick? Well,
going on, man?
Yeah, hello. Hello, everyone.
What's going on, Mid?
That's that industrialized sugar complex.
Absolutely.
I was reading about that the other day. You had the industrialized complex in terms of tobacco, and they had a plan to put extra stuff in the stuff. It wasn't an accident. And then, as I understand it, it's the same for sugar. So when I heard you talking about like the things inside the baby food, it made me think about that.
I don't know how true it was, but I mean, I even heard during the pandemic from one of those news sources. I know you take it with a grain of salt, but that there were studies being made to see how they could inject the vaccines into the vegetables, like into lettuces and stuff like that. So stuff like that even scares me about taking any food from a grocery store. Like what you were talking about earlier, Demo, about growing your own food and being wary about the grocery store. Yeah, I'm petrified of the grocery stores right now.
Scary, the stuff they put in the food. Red 40.
Yellow number.
Oh boy.
Yeah. One of them was like petroleum or something like that, right? Isn't there like a petroleum or something like that? Yeah. And the cooking spray, even that one was, I just learned about that one last year. I wasn't using it anymore, fortunately, but those cooking sprays, like butane or something like that.
Yep.
Those cooking sprays. I'm like, damn, I use that for years. What has that done to my body? What has that done to my mind?
Hold on, damn.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Damn.
I'll tell you, man, there's a huge difference. When I go visit friends in the city, when I go visit out east, my family or whatever, when I get back into like I don't know what you could quote unquote normal society. I consider what I live normal, but other people disagree. But when I get back into their system of eating processed foods and showering with city water and all that, like everything changes. And I can feel it. It's like I just got hit by a fucking train. My body feels more sluggish. My mind's not working as much as it used to. My creativity is being choked. Like my skin starts to break out by using the water. I don't even drink the water. Like people call me crazy because they're like, "Oh, you don't drink water. I never see you drink water." I'm like, "I ain't drinking water. I'm drinking water. My water comes out of the ground. I know where it comes from. I got it tested. You know, and then coming back here, and then it changes me again completely. Like then I start feeling good. I start feeling healthy. It's not like I've changed much. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna go out to this restaurant and eat, or I'll eat just shitty fast food and feel like crap later. And you know, the water and all this stuff, and it's really crazy when you experience it and you're like, damn, that's messed up. You know, every single person is kind of going through this unless they have access to, you know, clean sources or can consciously make those decisions and be like, no, I'm not going to drink this soda. I'm going to drink this juice or something healthy instead. It's a lot to think about. And it's a lot to even accept that those things really do change you.
Yeah. It's dope that you have experience that you can actually like demonstrate and show the difference in your life. Like I've never seen what it's like to really truly eat clean still yet. Like I'm still eating stuff that's coming from sources. I have no idea. I have no idea how many hands have been in there, and the byproducts are getting it put in between the ground and my stomach. So yeah, I'd love.
Don't get me wrong. I eat like crap. You know, but the stuff I eat, I know where it's coming from. Yeah.
Right. And you can prepare yourself going in. You just be like, you know what? I'm not afraid of a egg McMuffin and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, of course. Give me some chicken. Yeah, I'll take some pizza, because at first I wasn't having that shit for a long time. But there's nothing wrong with actually knowing what you're getting into when you're going into it and shit. You know what I'm saying?
It was a choice, yeah.
Or maybe there is, maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah. The cleanest thing I have is these trees. That's a shame. Well, that's good. That's great. That's fantastic, actually. I mean, just
homegrown stuff. I mean,
is it homegrown? Right. The good, great, well crafted. My man, very good at doing what he does. And he's very proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, to the point. And you know it's real when people want to give it to you. You know, they want to. No, I can't. I gotta give you something, man. You it's beautiful, man. In comparison to the street, man. That's just the freshest thing that I probably got in the house right now. That's fucking crazy.
Hey, congratulations.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's a good congratulations to that. It should be the water. It should be, but I don't know. But yeah, the chemicals. What T-Man work for the water company?
No, I work for the wastewater company.
Okay, all right, okay. All
We
right.
clean water, not the water you drink. Water we mess with already filthy.
Word. So, man, the word is the show topic for tonight is your topic, man. So, you got anything to add to it, man? Lessons learned from 2022. Any motivation for the topic?
The topic is you mean like the whole year?
Kind of like the lessons learned, yeah.
It was your idea, yo.
Yeah,
I mean, wow, so many things. I think number one, I learned the power of our community when we really like start to come together and we join forces. So I learned so much from everybody here. I mean, I first came into this space with just looking at Kareem, the algorithm. I mentioned it before. I never talked to him. But I just saw like somebody who really loved the culture and the music, and that just stuck with me. And I was actually just like just doing my studies and just, you know, doing work. I always did hip hop, but seeing that it kind of inspired me on the low. And then I saw him and the David something. And then I was thinking like, yo, it would be kind of cool to like start, you know, building with people. And then I don't know, the algorithm heard me, Siri or whatever, and then Dragon came through. So I just wanted to say that just the, you know, coming together as a community, and I see so much. I learned so much from Dragon, from Shah, from Q. I'm learning more from Al, from T Bear. I just hit up Sheed sometimes, like, you know, just complain about the world sometimes, and he just like just, yo, I hear you, son. I hear you, man. I hear you. and we don't even talk about it, that much. But she just be there, just like I just hit him up and just like talk or whatever. From Demond, I learned a lot about marketing. I learned a lot about just the love of music, and I started googling his music on the YouTube. He's back until 2007 making music. I'm checking that out. But I just think for me, the most important is the concept of my research is around hip hop as a culture. And when I see everybody in this space, it makes me think about hip hop is not just about the music. It's about how we do things. It's about the way we practice the things that contribute to hip hop. It's about the way that we look at education, the way we look at our ways of knowing and our ways of being. It's the way that we create spaces to create spaces. And I think I was talking to Shah about this before. No matter how hardcore everybody is, you're just a person who stands on the soapbox, or doing soapbox poetry, and hoping everybody will listen to you. That's what rappers do. No matter how hardcore you are, you want people to listen to you. My voice matters. What I have to say matters. And I think every rapper loves their community. Otherwise, you wouldn't spend all your time, writing and thinking like, how are people going to take this? How can I spend money to connect to the people? How can I spend money to record this? Everything we do in hip hop is about love. Hip hop is all about love. And everybody here, the people I'm seeing for the first time, the people I know from before, it's all about love. Otherwise, we could just be by ourselves and not talk to anybody. So one thing that I really learned this year is that, and it inspired me, like I started making this, I made this track, I made it a while ago, called Gumption. Another one, some two paychecks away. It's just talking about the things that are going on, because being in this spot makes me realize that it's all about love. And in the project I started working on, I know I shouldn't be like, I got a lot of things to do. It's called Love Can Save the World. And it's inspired by like the hip hop from Q, man. Oh, I don't even talk to Q that much, maybe once or twice, like one-on-one, but just seeing him express himself and talk about those things that normally I would be like, I'm not really, trying to talk about. Even now, I got stuff on my mind and I'm hesitant. But Q being in that space and talking about those things, it inspired me so much. Everything we do is about love. And one thing I learned this year is that when you have a community that backs you up, like the other day I was on something on Twitter, and then Shah was just like, yo, Mid, man, if you don't make any music, we still got you and respect what you do. And we're gonna wait for you. And that was like, cause every day I'm like every single day I'm thinking I got music to make. I gotta send Lamar something, I gotta send Q something, I gotta send T-Bear something, Kareem, I got stuff to send. And it stresses me. But right now, the last few months, I was trying to get into the doctoral program, and that stressed me out. I haven't been paid in like 3 months. That stresses me out. But this music, the connection with others, the sharing of thoughts, the building of a space that will allow others to join our space and understand what we go through and understand that they're not alone in this world. Yo, I just love hip hop. GRYSKLL, respect. Everybody respect. I got a lot of lessons learned from this year. Sorry if I rambled, everybody.
That's not a ramble at all, man. It was beautiful. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate everything about you. And yeah, I'm serious, man. You don't have to make a single song. You don't have to produce a single piece of art, man. Just your presence is enough, bro. That's all you need. You don't need to offer anything. You don't need to tell me that you bring anything to the table. Just show up every once in a while, and I'm happy, man.
And Mid, I just want to ditto everything that Pitchfork said, everything that you said. The only thing I wish is like the communication between me and you, like as far as like those songs you supposed to do, man. Like if you could have just said, hey man, I have no idea when I'm gonna do these songs. That's all I wanted. Like, because remember,
Kareem,
you asked me.
Yeah, man. I got the verse.
Let me finish.
The verse you did was so powerful, man.
For those verses, I sent them. You asked me for the verses, and you were like, "Real, like I need them," and I sent them. And then you said, I didn't want to hear a mixed version or nothing. I just wanted to hear the one with your voice on it, with your voice turned up. And I never heard nothing back from you, yo. Like,
You're right, Kareem, man. You're right. Actually, all the songs you sent me, lyricism. The other one was the first one where you're the first 8 bars. All of these things I recorded, but it was just I don't feel like it was. I didn't feel comfortable like sending it to you because the verses you did was so dope. Right? It was so dope. Even the one we did with Drifter, what I did with Sheed, I didn't want to send that out, but they was like, Shaw was like, just put it out. So I said, this is what I got, and then I sent, and she was like, cool. But that's my fault, Kareem, and I apologize.
Yeah, you good, man. Like that's all. I just wanted you to just like I felt like that. Like I just forgot them. Like they just wasn't nothing.
No,
like,
every single day I think about the music. Every single day. But it's just been it's no excuses. But I had some medical thing and a lot of things, so I apologize to you for that, Kareem, and I really appreciate your contributions. Yeah,
just let me know. That's all, man. You good. You good. Love you, man. Just let me know.
Yeah, admit on that same vein, actually, that was, I mean, that's the only time you and I had a problem last year. Actually, we've only had one problem the whole time we've known each other, and it was just on delivering on what you say you're going to bring to the table. As long as you don't say that you're bringing something to the table, I'm happy. But if you say you're bringing something,
that's why I stopped saying stuff.
The problem comes in, especially
when
I'm committing time and I'm investing time in that.
Yeah, that's why I stopped saying stuff to everybody. I just want to just put it out. That's why I haven't said anything. So again, I apologize to everybody. That's on me.
Yeah, we already talked about it, man. It's water under the bridge for me.
You good, man.
Yeah. That's what makes shots. I saw that comment. That was a really good tweet. That was well said because it's perfect for you. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, the pace that you move at is probably the pace that I'm moving at with that assignment. You know what I'm saying? So coming from a standpoint of being busy, of which you are, I think that's why the wavelength kind of, I understood when you were saying, we were talking, we were building, it's kind of like, okay, we're going to put that in motion in the universe before we even put it in motion. Mm-hmm. Even though it started, like I was telling, like Shaw was saying, he going to pull back, but he's already established certain things. So now you can just go back and revisit all those steps that you said. Like Kareem, if that's at the top of your list, believe me, I mean, I got, even Reese texted me today. I stopped texting him back. The last thing he said was, I've been chilling at my OG crib and I'm just sitting here thinking about when we gonna get our project started, me and you. I said, damn. I ain't texting him back. It was like 12:30. I'm texting him back and forth, going on, bro. He said that shit. I'm like, damn, I'm stuck. Because I got one project. But the point is to go at the pace, put something first and just knock it down. Just like that. Whatever it is. So whatever you're gonna try to do, see, you say stop saying stuff, just start doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is just one at a time, because that makes a big difference. You know what I'm saying? That's just a suggestion from somebody that's busy. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, don't worry about the quality, man. Quality does not matter.
And I think what's getting lost in all that, life be life, and to quote the great T-Bear,
Word.
And, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I heard Mid mention it when I was coming back, like, we just chop it up sometimes. And like, yeah, like, he like to kind of talk. I'm like, I don't know how you do all the stuff you do, but then to have some of the other challenges that's going to fuck a piece of music. Like, not that I don't care, but that shit is like, that actually, I think you said it the other day, probably perfectly. Like, my recording doesn't even feel right because I'm not in that headspace. You know what I mean? Like, the energy isn't what I want it to be because I'm not. Like, I got other shit going on, you know what I mean? So, yeah, like, I was glad. Like, I sent you a couple drinks. I like, man, I finally did something early, because I'm usually like, I owe this drink to this dude. I owe this thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, shoot, man. I think me and Kareem, I'd say more me, got the longest streak. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Like, it was Shaw that got the butterscotch Leonard
butterscotch,
and we it's another joint we got. It's just it ain't
well, somebody says somebody said something about trust earlier, and the trust factor is a huge topic here. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Might be the silver lining, because even with that last mixtape, I think I told Shaw, please don't put that shit out. Please don't. Now I'm worried about how it sounds to me. I'm not even thinking about how perfect T-Bag gonna scratch it up, how motherfuckers is gonna take the voice. It's like, now that we have this community, we can just drop it in Discord. You can just drop that shit in Discord and watch how fabulous. You know what I'm saying? My girl was listening to that mixtape because it sounds dope, beginning to fucking end. And all the hands, like you were saying, Shaw, with the food, that's our food. And hearing how little of a contribution I felt I made, you know what I'm saying, and see how big it came out to be, man, I was like,
little. Did he say little of a contribution?
Little.
Yo?
I mean, I was only
It's his mixtape, yo.
It's like
only-
9 songs.
I was only
Nine.
I was only 6 of the 9 songs, but you know, I probably could have did more. But you know, for the little bit I did, but I do want to say real quick, like, Kareem and Mid, that exchange y'all just had, that's grown man business. That sounds corny to say it like that, but like I'm like, I'm not a good communicator. I'm better than I was, but I'm a shut down quick dude, because I like my first reaction is, fuck you, like, you know what I mean? And it's not even intentional. It's just that's what it always was. You know what I'm saying? And to grow out of that is kind of, I'd like to say I'm still a work in progress, but like, to just kind of just watch that, like, no animosity, no hard feelings one way or the other. It's like, yo, this is how I saw it. This is what happened. Cool. I love you, bro. And that was that. Like, we don't know how to do that, man. We're not taught that.
Nope.
We are not taught that, yo. And when you was talking earlier, Kareem, about the social media stuff and like the comments, like I posted a joint that came in at a trampoline park. Getting mad views and shit. Somebody hop on there like, yo, the mom and the dad getting on my nerves. If I was there, I'd have said something. I'm like, no, you wouldn't have. Because the fact you had to say something here, let me know you wouldn't have said nothing in my face.
Wow, you bullshit.
The fact you gotta say something here lets me know you wouldn't have said nothing in my face.
Woo, look at your face. Get him, boy.
But you know what I'm saying? So like that growth, that building of community amongst us to be able to talk like that and understand, like, yo, there's not confrontation. It's just me expressing myself. Like, yo, I'm 50. I'm 50. I shouldn't be mad all the time. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I want to acknowledge that, man, because that, to me, that's the stuff I get out of this more than anything. Yo, we can talk and we can be civil.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's not, like when Mid was talking, it crossed my mind, and I felt, like that's what I've been learning from you guys, is how to better communicate and how to say things without being offensive or being just over the top. Like, because I'm like, I'm like that, man, fuck. We don't gotta talk. The fuck. We ain't gotta talk. You know, and benefit no one. It's like we have to learn how to communicate better, learn how to civil disagreements or whatever, and just we can grow. We learn that way. Like, when you tell me what I did wrong, and now I know, okay, like when I do this, I can be more mindful of that, and it was wrong of me. And these things, it just helps. And we are too old. I feel like I'm too old to be learning some of the lessons I'm learning. I feel like I am. Like I'm learning things like, damn, yo, it's all attitude. Like I always like I think of, like I told y'all, my mom got dementia, and like I said it before, I always think about the last time we went to Golden Corral. Like, I didn't want to, like, it sounds so stupid to me now. I didn't want to go to Golden Corral Me and if we went to Golden Corral and I didn't really, I usually get 3 plates or something. I might have got 1 plate and I'm moping at the table and shit, everybody. And it was just unnecessary. And that's, and like we just gotta pick our battles. Cause we need each other.
Yeah.
Like we be bickering over the smallest things, man.
It don't even matter at the end of the day, yo.
Yeah, man.
And like Bear said, I don't want to misquote you, Bear, but I think it was, once you figure out where people are at, you got to meet them there.
Oh yeah.
If they don't like peanut butter, don't give them peanut butter.
Exactly.
That's loosely quoted.
You gotta strip.
But that stuck with me. So, Bear, you a fucking philosopher. I'm just realizing you say a lot of pretty interesting.
Right.
But
one line is
I'm a better husband because of y'all.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's real spit.
Man,
you know what I mean? Like I'm a better person overall because of y'all. You know what I mean? And that so
yeah.
I have respect. And yo,
that's love, bro.
You were saying about I'm too old for this shit. None of us are too old for this, man. This is new information for a lot of us, man. We were all pre-programmed. We were programmed by our experiences, our traumas, all that. That wasn't our doing. We had no control over that. And to get deprogrammed, you have to have the information provided to you. And if that information hasn't been provided to you, how do you get deprogrammed? And that's part of the reason why this was so important to me, was to have a group of people who could have these types of conversations and to show it so that we can help others deprogram themselves, man. Because otherwise we're trapped in that same mode of thinking and that same mode of operation, because we have no way to, I had no one to learn this shit from. I had to learn this shit from within and from you guys.
It's wild. Like I know for a fact, like I think I said this before, like my oldest two, I don't think either of them ever had a fight. And I'm proud of that. Like, I'm proud of that. But I know my daughter has seen me lose my mind because somebody said something to me sideways. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do that. This is how you handle confrontation. Flip the coin. Nigga, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild, man. So, yeah, man.
Man, we were all training with though, man. But I get it, man. It's embarrassing when your kids got to school you on some shit like that. Like, but I appreciate it, man. It makes me feel good about them, and at least that lets me know that okay, you're gonna be okay. I'm happy to hear that. But man,
the kids are okay.
The kids are soft, man. Kids are soft.
I'm cool with that.
I'd rather they be soft, man. There's
Yo, came in was talking about this kid, this little dude that pushes him at school, yo, and like came in as a solid little dude, yo. Came in don't miss none of that junk we was talking about earlier. Came in gets like he came in as solid, and like he showed me this little. I'm like, man, in my head, I'm like, yo, take that joker head off his shoulders. But I'm like, coming out, I'm like, all right. So what did you do? I told the teacher, I'm like, all right, cool, that's the right thing to do. The second time, I'm like, look, man. The teacher again, they don't address it. You give him a little shove back, let him know, it, and you don't have to be aggressive. You don't start it. But then the next day I went to the teacher, like, look, I'm gonna tell you now. It's the second time he came home and told me this dude is pushing him, like, he's coming to say something. I'm telling you now, next time I hear about it, I'm gonna give him the green light. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna learn way with the other. You could tell him and he could tell him, but somebody gonna tell him.
Yeah.
So, and then she was like, nope. We saw he said something. We actually talked to their parent, the other person's parents today. I'm like, all right, cool. And I do like the little school he's. I hate that he has to leave it next year because I really do like the way they handle business there. But yeah, man, it's like again, I'm like, Dad, y'all don't want to teach my son to like be aggressive, but at the same time, you, especially the person that was pushing them, like, nah, we're not gonna have that. So,
man, I don't like bullies, man. So, I'm the wrong person to talk to. I hate bullies.
And I'm like, they're 5. Like, is it really bullying? Is the kid play? Like,
Hey.
And then what's that kid dealing with at home? Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm glad that I'm at the age where I could think about stuff like that. I'm glad I've matured to that point. But like deep down inside, I'm like, I don't want to think about what he's dealing with at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my fault if he got that issue at home. But what's not going to happen.
Right.
So, you know, but and my, you know, my wife's a social worker, so she's hitting me with stuff. I'm like, man, I don't want to be mature.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
She hitting you.
Yeah, I don't, but you know, so
right. She hitting you with the technicals. Right. Technically, he can push him 2 times a day if he doesn't swing. You know, it's like
right. Yeah, is it
it's
on a scale of 1 to 10? Is it a 3 or less? Well,
right.
I mean, that only counts as a half push. So he's got 3 of those before we really.
What the hell?
But you know what? You might be a bully stopper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was a bully stopper. I was a bully stopper early, like 2nd grade. Had to take it to an 8th grader, and that
Damn,
on the bus. It was my first time on the school bus. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, you know, all this your mama and who was this kid? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? People cracking on people. I wasn't used to all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So by the time we pull up to the school, I had to knock Andre his glasses off. I'm like, man. But that turned me into a bully stopper. And now you might be a bully hunter. You dig what I'm saying? Now, it turns into I turned into that personally. And you know what I'm saying? I went to anger management and all that shit. It's like I had to stop hunting the heads. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, now like Kareem said, perfect. Fight your own battle. Meet them where they meet them. That's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Animosity squashes, even within yourself. Before it even comes out of your mouth, it's like, you know what? Okay, let's see how far like T-Beth said, how far are you willing to go and where am I gonna meet you before I stop you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she is definitely a bully stopper. Look at him. He done stopped a few bullies. You done stopped a few bullies.
It's all right, man. We all
it's
didn't
all
feel.
right.
We all didn't get it. It's all right.
Yeah, when I was in school, I didn't like when you picked on the.
Don't pick on somebody that can't defend themselves.
Yeah, but don't pick on the person that like something is really wrong with them or something. Don't pick on that person.
Right.
Yo.
Right. Making
That's
fun of people's handwriting.
Most of my confrontation came from stuff like that, yo. Like you can talk about me, I don't care. Don't talk about nobody I know though.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Cause I could jive back. Like I'll talk, you know what I'm saying? Your mama, nigga.
Right.
Right. Now you fight. Okay.
Hey, mom, to stop changing the lipstick. I'm starting to get rainbows around that.
Oh.
Do they still do your mama jokes, man? I ain't heard no good mama jokes. I gotta believe
your mama joke might be a health hazard these days, yo. That's probably
it. Yeah, your mama. What? He don't even.
Right.
But he ready to kill you.
Yep.
That's still fighting words.
Yeah, they not fighting words no more. That's them shooting words now, yo. Yeah.
Dang.
Oh yeah. There you go. Which brings me to so if the point was to get to meet them where they meeting us at, right? Like war. You know what I'm saying? Like you remember how crazy the 90s was? And like I was saying, I thought the world was gonna end when Chuck D 1999 is coming. You know what I'm saying? Like Black Issues was at the height of things, you know what I'm saying? X-Clan. I felt like we were gearing up to meet them where they're at, the society or whatever. So if we're geared up to meet them and then the plan goes back, if these kids are willing to shoot each other, are they not ready for war based on what we got them ready for?
Nah, we only ready to war with
unfortunately.
each other. We're only ready to war with each other.
Or
dang.
We're only ready to war
not
with
ready
each
to
other.
fight the other fight.
It's not even
not
a lot of cases because there's no tactical moves. I mean, you can shoot a gun, you can bust off, but if you can't do it well and you can't strategize how to shut down an enemy operation, how effective are you going to be in a war?
Well, I got this theory that bullets make everybody straighten up. that's just a little theory I have. I don't want to ever test it, but then what I mean by that is we, the collective us, America, is as bad as they come until the bullets start to fly, right? And we can dig into war after war as deep as we want, but I think we're better prepared than maybe we think we are, Shah, in the regard that you're speaking, because I don't care how tough you are, that bullet was by you retreating, unless you just want some nut stuff. But I think the other challenges there are, once you out of ammo, do you know how to, I get, and maybe that's kind of to your point, right? With the ability to strategize or even survive after you out of ammo, can you make your own ammo? If you don't have a manufacturing setup, once you out, you out. They been, so I think there's stuff, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we showed our hand with civil rights, we showed our hand. This is what we want: A, B, and C. How about J, K, and Z? Okay, all right, that's what we got to take. Okay, we tried to make a case with being free and all that stuff. We showed our hand. We just want to be 3/5, all that shit. We keep showing our hand to the point where these kids, is like the war strategy is backfired. I said, unfortunately, that these kids are ready for war and shooting each other, right? But it's like a misguided soldier. It's like the plan backfired. It literally has backfired on us, the black on black. And I think that's what the black on black is, the backfiring of what we thought was going to happen before Fred Hampton got killed or before all those Malcolm X was slain. You know what I'm saying? That's a stop it. That's a complete stop.
I think it looks exactly like they expected it to look. I think it's rather effective from the opposite side of the coin. I think we've done a not so good job of trying to curb it as a community, and I don't know how you do that. So I'm not proposing to have the answer, but I think from the lens of the person that started to break apart the family and then put all the poison into the community, I think it looks exactly like that. It might even look better than they hoped it would look.
Yeah, but until you look in a brother in the face and he tell you, I'll do that time, I mean, I'll do that time, he's predisposed. He's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's giving the other side a lot of credit to think that their plan has worked to the point pinpointed. Come on, man. Who the fuck pinpointing shit? Even Steph Curry, my pop says there's magnets in the ball. Blew my fucking mind because he was on the verge of going to the pros.
Bro, that's what I've been. Yes, in the ball and the ring.
Kareem, magnets on the motherfucking ball. Weigh 30. This nigga, all this shit. What are we really watching?
But the logic in me says, then why isn't everybody as effective?
Because they're not giving that. They're not giving because I don't know.
I saw that.
Bro, but just hear me out.
I went down a rabbit hole with that conspiracy.
Just hear me out though. I went to the Georgia schools. I do not claim to be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but if the magnets in the ball and in the rim, and everybody's playing with the same ball and rim,
everybody
Nah, they got to
right. I won't turn it on for you.
Yeah, I mean, you could switch that on and off if it's an electromagnet.
Holy
Thank you, Al. Exactly.
All right.
I'm not putting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not gonna do it for Westbrook.
And honestly, with the way the technology is right now, that could be disguised very lightly. I'm not saying that it's true, but in a sci-fi world, that's what I would do.
I'm not saying it's true either.
I went down that conspiracy too, but and one thing I don't believe one way or the other. I don't really but to me, it was like, okay, now if I put this together with a couple other rabbit holes I went down, it's like, okay, this is all entertainment regardless, right? If you think of it perspective, it's like, all right, there's these people are just putting on a show. and distracting people from their everyday lives to watch this. So of course they're going to make this and this and this happen. How many times you bet on the line and then it fails? It's like, how the hell did this come? How the hell did this upset happen? The real people are walking away with all the money in Vegas. You know what I mean? The ones that know what's going on behind the scenes, they're the ones putting all the real money up. We're the suckers that are sitting there thinking, oh, Steph Curry and this and this and this guy, this and Tom Brady's the GOAT. It's like, you never know what's really going on behind the scenes. If you go into it thinking, okay, I just want to watch this to be entertained, look at it as an entertainment, then it kind of shifts your whole perspective. Be like, all right, yeah, it is, you know, whatever. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I was a big football fan. I quit watching football, like all that shit. I'm like, you know, this is just this is the Coliseum, you know, people just fighting each other and killing each other and beating each other. Who's stronger? Who's faster? Who could do this? Do that. It's like, this is all bullshit. It's all entertainment.
My jumper is broke now, and I proved on Monday night that it is very broke. It is very, very broken. So I'm not even about to act like I
get you some magnets,
like
yo.
I used to. But so when did the magnet thing happen? Was it around in the 80s? Is it newer?
See,
when
I
did
just
it
saw
happen?
that.
like I'm gonna keep it real.
What kind of ball you buy? You buy raw leagues or what?
You gotta go with the time. At that
Let's just
time,
keep
the
it. Let's keep
referees were
it to
controlling
the, let's
the
just keep it
game.
to the NBA. I don't even care about me. I'm just saying, let's keep it to the NBA. Like, has it been around?
I think
what?
Now see, that's
The
something
magnet?
I thought. Like I don't know. I never seen that anywhere, but that's something I thought because I've always I'm put this out there. This live. I'm suspicious of Vince McMahon. I've been saying this for years. He's to take over other sports for decades, and he wants sports entertainment, and he wants the spectacle, and he like football. Like one day I see football being like Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair, like the Tom Brady character. They're gonna be talking trash before the game. We're gonna see you on the field, and it's gonna be, you know, sports entertainment, and it's all
wasn't that the XFL league?
Yeah, that was an XFL league.
XFL.
Vince McMahon. Yep.
It's like staged. It's theater, and we want to see who's gonna win. You know, it's money involved, man. So all of it, I just think all, like Demo was saying, it's just.
I do believe in the process of fixing games. I will absolutely buy into the fact that the better team doesn't always win, and sometimes that's because they can't win. Like so I'm not about to act like I'm oblivious and think sports is just as, you know, everything is above water. But that concept blew my mind. Like I never for a million years thought that. And like it took me someplace. I'm like, anyway, all right. I mean, I don't know.
I've seen them play a couple of times.
I think the biggest problem is the division that it creates. I mean, some people would argue that it brings people together. I would tend to argue the opposite.
Yeah.
All the division. You know, you see somebody walking around with the opposite jersey. You're like, yo, fuck that guy. You don't even know him. You know what I mean? He ain't representing my team. He's representing the opposing team. Like, fuck that dude. And these are like, I'm talking the hard fans. These are even people that don't even believe these conspiracies. So think about the division there. They're just so sucked into it that they hate each other right off the rip. It's interesting. I don't know. To me, it's just another way of control.
I ain't like you till we got the same hat.
That's perspective, because I think that's the person though. Like something got to be wrong with you to be like I've seen, like I got friends that are Steelers fans, and I don't like the Steelers, and I don't like the Cowboys. But I guess that's the person. I would never be like, I don't like somebody just their team.
I mean, I gotta believe that for those people, it's not the sport that is putting in that. That's just in them. This is just their opportunity to allow that.
I'm gonna say this, but it is the sport brings it out of you. I don't know if y'all remember Ben Gordon played for the Bulls when they went against the Celtics when D Rose. When when he didn't want to take that contract because people all the money to Dame.
Bulls. It wasn't Ben Wallace.
He played for the Bulls.
Nah,
We had Ben Wallace too.
Ben Gordon.
We had
yeah,
Ben
the
Gordon
guard.
straight out of college, from
Guard,
UConn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo, man, BG. So it was a contract dispute, but the Bulls had just made it. They played the Celtics and D Rose. We had D Rose and Ben Gordon. Man. But shit, D Rose was the man, right? So Ben wanted his money. He was just cashing in and shit. Once Ben got to the start and when he was the man, then we got Derrick Rose, right? So then Ben was disgruntled. So he left and went to Detroit, I think. But it had to be like 2 months. And my dude, I stayed on 21st in Michigan. It's kind of like projects over there. The big project, the good time projects, right? So we going to the liquor store. My boy came to my crib. That's what good times was. There's a liquor store right there, right? So we going to the liquor store, and I just noticed. I said, "Man, you got a Ben Gordon jersey on?" I said, "Bro, go get it. Just go get a shirt." Because the city was tense at Ben Gordon. I said, "Man, you wearing Ben Gordon jersey around here?" It was just 2 months. Just 2 months. I said, "Man, nah, man." I said, "All right, fuck it. Let's go to the store, man. You fucking me up, man. This is my hood. You in my neighborhood. This nigga, hey, as soon as we hit the block, hey, who that dude?" But all right, we get to the liquor store. We come out the liquor store, man. They surround, man, a bunch of dudes surround the dude. My boy, his name Damon too. They surrounded. I said, "D, I told you, man, who this motherfucker out of?" I said, "Nah, old head, man, leave him alone. Why no cats, the young cats, man, this nigga went." The community, as a community, Chicago. So I see what you're saying. It is an individual, but the sport, it brings a big divide. It really brings a big divide. I had to step in. Jersey.
I'm those, but that's
Jersey.
That's in them already. Like it's. I feel you. I think we probably saying the same.
But
thing.
Okay, it's in you. Okay, you go to the same game. Now I'm at the game with you. We slapping 5 now. I better not see a Detroit jersey in our area now. Now 2 becomes 3, 3 becomes 4. And now this is the 49ers section. You dare go to a 49ers game? What they doing up there? They knocking niggas out over there, boy.
Oh yeah, I'm not arguing your point. I'm not arguing your point. I'm simply saying it wasn't the sport that like it's in them, yo. That's just a part of
yo. I could go to a game and I could go to a 49ers game or whatever and wear my Jet stuff, be the only one and nothing to happen to me. I think it's how the people move, yo. Like I ain't getting that. Like I'll be safe, yo. I'm telling you, I would, yo.
I'm a Cowboys fan. I have been to several. I'm from South Jersey. I'm a Cowboys fan and a Celtics fan. I've worn Celtics stuff to games. I've worn Cowboy stuff to Eagles stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've gone to Eagles games with Eagles fans and Cowboy stuff, and it's been cool. But I also ain't in there I run Philly. I'm not crazy.
I've never experienced that.
Hey, I'm not crazy. I'm from Trenton, but I went to high school in Willingboro.
I'm from 20 minutes from Trenton, Burlington.
Okay, yeah. Well, right across Route 130. I went to high school in Willingboro. I lived in Pemberton for a couple years.
Willingboro. I was right next to Willingboro. I was literally right down the street from Willingboro.
Yeah, right across Route 130. Yeah, I might. I know Burlington pretty well. Had some good times in Burlington.
But see, you just don't believe the magnets in the basketball, huh?
If they there, they're not turning them on for me. That's all I'm saying. Granted, I ain't Steph Curry, so
right. You ain't Curry. Get out of here, boy.
I ain't Steph.
Did Michael Jordan really have the flu? Or did they give him the flu?
Here's what I'm gonna say. I don't think he had the flu at all. Michael Jordan was playing with a hangover, but that's another story for another day. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say.
That's the real story. That's the real story. Yeah.
I've seen NBA players that are quote unquote bums when you watch them on TV come to the local park and look like Jordan. It's gonna be a hard sell to convince me that it's something else going on when
well, why wouldn't you see him like that in the league then? I've seen the same thing.
The level of competition is so high.
Yeah.
Yo, are you gonna sit here and tell me that you don't recognize you've never played basketball with some people like I'm killing these dudes, and then somebody better comes up, and you like, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was.
Yeah.
You've never been in any situation like that?
Yeah.
But to make it to one of 440 jobs in total, you could play. You can play.
Wait a minute. But I don't believe that number because I am that number. Everybody in my office is an offspring of somebody that was in the office previously. The league is set the same way. All these kids that they have out of wedlock are in the league. It's gonna be a Johnson, it's gonna be a Williams, it's gonna be a White. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that Scotty, the one that gets Scottie Pippen's name is one that's in the game. The other motherfuckers, you don't know that Bob
It's still
Smith,
only 440 roster spots at the end of the day. I don't care who.
it's 440 rosters of NBA offsprings.
I don't care where they came from. All I'm saying is there's only 440 of those jobs. If you get one of them, you can play basketball. There's no two ways about it.
Of course you can play basketball. Of course. You've been playing your whole life. Of course you can put the ball in the basket. Yeah, I get that.
What was your boy Dave Wesley? Dave Wesley
You're arguing She's point. I'm confused.
Huh?
He's arguing your point, so I'm confused.
That's what I'm saying. Like my point is simply Dave Wesley was not no super duper all-star in the league.
But my point, Q, is he's going that far, but the magnets in the basketball. I'm not saying I believe the magnets in the basketball, but I can.
Are we talking about Steph Curry?
So many good.
Steph Curry?
I didn't say Steph.
I don't watch
basketball. I think I did say Steph.
I'm just asking, are we talking about like Steph Curry said that?
Yeah.
Did they think maybe they need that for him?
Did he say that?
Fucking good? Like, it's to balance things, maybe?
Yo, all I'm saying is
I mean, it's bullshit, but that's besides the point.
But you know what, Q? But for me personally, seeing Curry and watch what he brought all the females and watching people I've been watching basketball my whole life, college, high school, following. I felt that Curry was the antithesis of what I can possibly see. And I stopped. After that, I'm done with sports. I'm done with NBA. If I got tickets, I'm going, I play that role. But as far as watching it, that was the antithesis of basketball. We saw Michael Jordan. We saw Big Wilt. I done seen all these people. Seeing what he was doing on the court, and it was dramatic, like Demo was saying, like Kareem was saying. It was a story. It was a great story. Look, it's so much of basketball caught up in this kid and the team. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening. I want to see where you're going with this. I'm waiting for the conclusion.
It was so much caught up in that. And you had James Harden, you had the villain, you had Westbrook. It was so dramatic. It was just too much of an emotion watching it. But it was good emotion because the girl was in, all the ladies was into Curry. Everybody's watching it. I think we were down 3. They came back. It was super dramatic. Too much for me. It was hooray. It was like an encore. It was like seeing Jordan hit that last shot. That was perfect for me. I watched Curry come out of Davidson. I watched him break his ankles when he first got in the league, just following basketball, but he was always a favorite player of mine in Davidson. What he did in the tournament, awesome. They ain't make it Sweet 16.
So wait a second, can I ask a question? So were the magnets in the basketball in college?
See,
no, I put them in there.
That's what I mean. See what I mean, Q? See what I mean, Q? That's what I'm saying. He's not recognizing you. I'm not going to take away his hard work and effort. I'm talking about the show of playing the game. Again, okay, talk about magnets in the basketball. He is an NBA offspring. Again, adding that all those job opening. Yeah. You didn't make the league. I didn't make the league. My pop didn't make the league. I know a whole list of people that didn't make the league. You said, and they still come to and smash. You're like, damn, this guy should be in the league. But for me personally, I'm done with the NBA at that point. Man, it was awesome. It was great.
Because you had seen,
it was perfect.
Because you don't think it could get any better? Like you had seen everything you needed to see?
I'm sure it can get better. You can always score 200
No,
points.
I don't mean in that regard. I'm just saying as far as what a player like Steph is almost the American dream as a basketball player, right?
No. I mean basketball as a whole. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, all the variations. Curry was just the antithesis for it because he makes, like they say, he makes kids think that he can do it. He's supposed to be small and all that other stuff. It's the jump shot. It's the essence of the jump shot that finally brought it home. They moved the 3-point line in. They moved the line in the 80s was back. You didn't, yeah, the NBA line is moved in, especially on the corners. It's snug, boy.
The corner's always been shorter than the top of the key three, though. That's not new.
Check NBA history. They moved the line in, Chief. Yeah, the arcs are in. Check it out.
No, I agree with you. The length of shots on the arc varies depending on where you're shooting from. I'm not arguing that.
Even now, I take 3 points. I swear, when I was a kid, the 3-pointers was so long that only I can hit them on my team. Maybe a handful of them. But now, big man coming up, he's dropping them. Everybody can hit them now. Kareem.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Golden
For
State.
me personally, that was it.
I feel you.
You see Kyrie got the ball on the string, bounced it off his head, his ass, and then passed to Kevin Durant. I didn't see that. Oh, what more can I see? I saw Michael Jordan.
So that's I think you kind of
I'm done with sports.
I feel you.
But that helped me get away from that emotional roller coaster of watching college late at night. You know what I'm saying? Oregon, California. But you see those Jason kids. You used to see all that shit was good for the time being. But how much of a portion it took out of my life, personally, gambling. One of my first things hustling that got me hustling, wanting money, was having the gambling rings. Unfortunately to say, I went to all boys school, so gambling, sports was everything. Once I realized I'm not gonna be the guy in the sports, oh, we gambling. Okay, what's the point on here? I'm point shaving. All these college games, man, that helped me get started into doing other shit. You know what I'm saying? Sports has so, like Demo was saying, it ain't the shit that we see. It's all the other jobs that's going around. Shit. I'm so far removed, but was making so much money. Man, sports is huge. So
did you see that? Have you watched the documentary on Netflix?
The referee dude.
But yeah, that one. But did you see the boy that played for the boy from college?
Boston College. Yes.
Nah, not the kid. He wasn't at Boston College. Hold up. But you know what series I'm talking about, though. Yeah.
Which one?
I'm about to look it up.
The NBA guy, he was point shaving. He came out with the story. Even the referee that came out with the story. I'll be following these months. He finally
bad. It was called. I think it was called. Bad Sport.
Oh, Bad Sports. Yeah, I saw Bad Sports. Man. They should just drop the bad and just call it sports.
He played for Arizona State.
Yeah. Oh boy. Bad boy. But you can't blame, I mean, I don't know. Whatever, blame them or whatever. The sports, man. But a lot of our brothers are aiming that way. And what happens when they fall short? Confidence, lose.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely
like Demo said. I'm sorry, let me get this out. Like Demo said, he's thinking about the people that it separates. That's fucking huge, because not only people that it separates, how many people does it discourage when you break your leg and become a knee? Everybody can't break their leg and become a Stephen A. Man, there's a gang of motherfuckers in that line, man.
Mentally too, like that's one of the reasons I stopped watching football. I was a football head. Like every Saturday, Sunday, all Saturday, Sunday, watching every single game. But then the next week's mood would depend on how the teams I like did. You feel me? So like I could be in a really great mood because all my teams won, and oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm supporting them. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck about me. The fuck is it? Why are they affecting my mood in my life? So or maybe my shit loses. Now I'm a dick all week. Now I'm just moody. I don't want to talk to nobody. Like. You know what I mean? It's like when I realize they are literally controlling my emotions, or this program is, this entertainment is. And once I realized that, then I could sit back and I just completely lost interest. And you know, same thing started happening. Then I kind of switched to watching UFC, And the same thing started happening. Like, oh my God, I'm rooting for this dude. Like, I want this dude. Once I separated that emotion out of it and just been like, okay, why am I watching this? I'm watching this because I just want to watch it now for the entertainment. And once I understood that, now it's like, all right, cool. I don't mind. I don't give a shit who wins or who loses. I'm here to watch a fight. You know?
Maybe that's why I was never impacted so heavily. I always cheer for whoever's losing when I turn the game on. Whoever's losing, I'm instantly rooting for them.
Okay.
Unless my team is playing, whoever's losing, like if I turn on some random game right now, whoever's losing, that's who I want to win. I'm a sucker for the underdog story, yo. I need, and don't come back and start winning too soon because then I'm a flip flop. So yeah.
But that's not to ruin any sports fan, because I'm still a sports fan. Don't get me wrong, I'm a sports fan where I still, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a sports fan. But it's like he said, I think it was fantasy that caused everybody that fantasy football. Once that 10th year came around, the motherfuckers is getting really cutthroat. And now the fuck you, you cheated, you owe me 200 over sports. Whoa, you really saying that? Oh, well, where's my money when I wanted him? Oh, well, it's because you did, nigga. Mom, that was another part.
I've never been into the fantasy stuff, so
man, that can get ugly, but that turns into emotion.
This was my first year, and you know, like towards the end, I was out of it already. I didn't make it to the playoffs, but just seeing how some of the guys were taking it, how like it's like, you know, like D said, when they like, I didn't put money in, I was invited in, and I didn't really want to do it. And oh, you ain't got to put nothing in. You knew. I'm like, okay, because I ain't got it. I don't gamble. I'm like, no, I don't gamble. Like, I'm not gambling. I ain't got it like that. Guys, they put like $100 in a piece or whatever, $250, whatever they put in to get a big payday at the end. And so it becomes things I didn't think of. Like, if you make a trade with somebody, they'll think y'all working together or something. Like, you know, why you?
Oh yeah.
It's like, yo, because I needed a defense, and whatever you needed, you traded for, and then that's what I said. I'm gonna do it, but I'm not doing it with people that gamble, because I don't have the emotion in it. Like D said, I don't care who wins. You know, like I'm not invested that much. Like it's just, I actually like learn the football plays. Like I like trying to read the defenses and trying to, you know, see if I can call it before it happens. But yeah, that's
I never got it.
You're right about that.
Yo,
exactly.
Hey, but yeah, I know we touched on it earlier, but so for the Imperial joint, I know you said you had been listening to some of the joints, and like, do you have ideas for any of them?
I don't want to set any of them off.
But that's cool. But do you even have concepts? Like, did you hear anything and it put you in a certain frame of mind? Like, I haven't even listened to them shits again. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
I was actually just listening to Have a GRYSKLL Day.
I haven't either.
Have a GRYSKLL Day is dope. I mean, that one seems pretty easy.
He sent me another version of that too. Did I save it in the folder? I don't think I did. I'll save it in the folder.
He did another version of it?
I think he might have extended it. I ain't even listened to it yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I said,
that's wild, because I just opened that folder and started listening to him right now.
That's what I was doing right now too. Yeah.
Right now.
I just went to my second.
Can we at least get like in the Discord or something, or wherever it makes sense? And if you're hearing something,
we can play joints right now.
No, that's cool. I'm just saying, even after that though, like if you hear a beat and it gives you some idea for a concept, at least put it in the chat. Cause like I'm horrible at coming up with like ideas for beats. So like I'll listen to, I'm like, this sounds like a love song too. You know what I'm saying? So
this man is a romantic.
So
ain't nothing wrong with a love song.
Yeah. the villain EP full of love songs. Gotcha.
I'm about to write that down.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, I like the idea, maybe bumping a couple of them real fast just to get them fresh in the memory. But it needs to be done and like ready by in the second quarter, yo. So, just so we got a target.
Oh man.
And honestly, man,
All right.
we saw how quick we did that that Don't Overthink It mixtape went. This ain't gonna be, it's gonna be hard, man. Especially with the quality of these beats, man. It's just a matter of carving out the time.
Yeah.
It depends
What
on
folder is it in?
I don't know what's going on in everybody's lives too. Your life is more important, obviously.
That's what I'm saying. We got 5 months, right? So, we should be able to. But I like.
My concern though is that if we treat it like it's 5 months, it's gonna be just like everything else.
And that's what I'm saying, yo. Like, if you got
7 months, you treat it like 5 months.
If you got ideas,
never
like
month.
list them, like put them in the chat so people can at least see where you're going with it, and then hop on or not. Like,
God damn, my camera was dirty as shit. I just cleaned that shit. Now I can fucking see the
Damn,
picture.
who the hell is that?
Dang, yo.
Now I want to clean mine. Shit.
I'm a beautiful motherfucker. God damn.
Yeah.
Hey man,
I
don't
thought
make
that was my internet buffering.
You came back light skinned.
Don't make this like the air mouth picture.
Make me want to brush my teeth again.
Right. Oh man. Are you gonna play him shot or?
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta shut down that live though.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.